In this class, let us discuss about the physical significance of the wave function psi. Physical significance of wave function psi. Physical significance of wave function psi. So, in order to explain the de Broglie wave, Schrödinger introduced this wave function psi. In order to explain the de Broglie matter wave, Schrödinger introduced this wave function psi. So, here we have to interpret the significance of this wave function in terms of observable properties associated with the particle of the system. We have to interpret the significance of this wave function in terms of observable properties associated with the particle of the system. Actually, this function is introduced just for mathematical computations to facilitate the computations relative to the experimental results. The physical significance of psi is 1. The variable quantity which characterizes the de Broglie waves is called as a wave function psi. Psi is a variable quantity which characterizes the de Broglie wave. So, the variable quantity which characterizes the de Broglie wave is called as wave function psi. Wave function psi. It is a complex quantity that cannot be measured. Psi is a complex quantity. It is a function introduced by Schrödinger in order to facilitate the matter wave equation. Since this is a complex quantity, it cannot be measured. But we can give a simple interpretation for psi in terms of charge density. According to Schrödinger, the charge density can be expressed in terms of wave function as follows. If psi is the amplitude of the matter wave at any point in space, then the particle density at that point is to be taken as proportional to psi square. The particle density, if psi is the amplitude of the matter wave, then the particle density at that point may be taken as proportional to psi square. That means psi square is a measure of particle density. When this is multiplied with charge, then we can call it as charge density. So, psi square, the term psi square is called as charge density. This is the interpretation for psi given by Schrodinger. According to Max Born, psi star is equal to psi star is equal to modulus of psi square. This gives the probability of finding the particle in the space. That is, psi square is a measure of probability density. Psi square is a measure of probability density. According to Max Born, psi star is equal to modulus of psi square gives the probability of finding the particle in the space. The probability of finding the particle in a volume d tau is equal to dx dy dz. The probability of finding a particle in a volume d tau is equal to dx dy dz is given by modulus of psi square of dx dy dz. Modulus of psi square of dx dy dz gives the probability of finding the particle in that volume. If integral psi square of dx dy dz is equal to 1, then we can find the particle in that volume. If integral psi square dx dy dz is equal to 0, then there is no certainty in finding the particle somewhere in that in the space in the given volume of dx dy dz. So these five are the physical significance of the wave function psi. So, what is psi? Psi is the wave function introduced by Schrodinger to get an equation for de Broglie matter wave. Psi is a wave function introduced by Schrodinger to explain the matter wave. So, in terms of observable properties associated with the particle of the system, we have to interpret the significance of the wave function. We have to interpret the significance of the wave function psi in terms of observable properties associated with the particles. What are those observable properties? Like velocity, acceleration, momentum, etc. are all observable properties associated with the particle. So, we have to interpret the significance of psi with the observable properties. Even though in the beginning it is assumed that psi is introduced to facilitate the wave equation mathematically. The physical significance of psi is as follows. The first one is the variable quantity which is characterizes the de Broglie wave is called as wave function psi. Wave function psi is a variable quantity which characterizes the de Broglie wave. De Broglie wave means matter wave. It is a variable quantity which characterizes, that means which speaks about the de Broglie wave. So, it is a variable quantity. And the second one is, since it is a complex quantity, it cannot be measured. Since psi is a complex quantity, so it cannot be measured. And the third one is, if psi is the amplitude of the matter wave, then the density of the matter wave is proportional to psi square. The density of the matter wave is proportional to psi square. If psi is the amplitude of the matter wave, then we can choose psi square such that the density is proportional to psi square. So, psi square is a measure of particle density. When it is multiplied with charge, it gives charge density. It gives charge density. This is the third point. And the fourth one is, according to Max Born, psi star is equal to modulus of psi square. According to Max Born, psi star is equal to modulus of psi square, which gives the probability of finding the particle in the space. That is, psi square is a measure of probability density. Psi square is a measure of probability density. The probability in finding the particle in volume d tau, which is equal to dx into dy into dz, is given by if integral modulus of psi square of dx into dy into dz is equal to 1, we can find the particle in the given space. This is the normalized condition. And the fifth one is, if the probability is 0, it gives uncertainty in finding the particle in the given space. That means, if this is equal to 0, then we cannot find the particle in the given volume. So, these 5 are the physical significance of the wave function psi. Now, let us discuss about the wave function properties. Let us discuss about the wave function properties. The first property of the wave function is it must be finite everywhere. It must be finite everywhere. If it is infinite, then the probability of finding the particle is also infinite. This is not possible. Infinite probability is not possible or meaningless. So, in order to get finite probability, the function psi must be finite everywhere. And the second property is it must be single valued. It must be single valued. Unless we get two values for the probability of finding the particle in space, which is ridiculous. The probability, if the probabilities are not a single value, then we have to say that we can find the particle in the given space if the probability is 1, or if the probability is 0, we cannot find the particle in the given space. So, these two statements are contradictory to each other. So, psi must be a single valued function. And the third one is it must be a continuous function. In Schrodinger equation, d square psi by dx square must be finite everywhere. This is possible only if and only if d psi by dx is continuous. D psi by dx is continuous if and only if psi is continuous. Now, let us discuss about eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. In classical mechanics, the observable quantities can be expressed with the help of operators in quantum mechanics. The observable quantities in classical mechanics can be expressed by operator in quantum mechanics. An operator is anything which is capable of doing something to a function like multiplication, differentiation and integration. When any operator, say O cap, operates on a wave function psi and the result is expressed as O cap psi is equal to A psi. Here A is known as eigenvalue and O cap is operator for the function psi known as eigenfunction. So psi is the eigenfunction and O cap is the operator and A is an eigenvalue. In case of Schrodinger wave equations, we expressed H cap psi is equal to E psi. Here H cap is equal to minus H cross square by 2m of del square plus V, where H cross is equal to H by 2 pi. So H cap is operator, psi is eigenfunction and En is eigenvalue. Like this, we can understand the meaning of eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. And again, we are discussing about the postulates of wave mechanics. These are three postulates. The first one is the wave function The first postulate is the wave function to describe a physical system. There is an associated function psi with which the system and any state of the system is described as a function. This is the state function of the systems. The second postulate of wave mechanics is Max-Born conditions. According to Max-Born, in space, integral psi star of dx dy dz is equal to 1. The third postulate is the operators for the observable quantities. That means the observable quantities in classical mechanics are all expressed as operators, by operators in quantum mechanics, like the Cartesian components x, y, z are in classical physics are represented by x cap, y cap and z cap in quantum mechanical operators. Similarly, the position vector r is represented by r cap and momentum p is represented by minus I h cross del bar. Minus I h cross del bar is a mechanical operator which gives momentum in classical quantity. Similarly, the Cartesian components of the linear momentum px, py, pz are also given by I h cross dou by dou x, I h cross dou by dou y and I h cross dou by dou z. And the total energy E is given by I h cross dou by dou z. The third postulate is the expected value of dynamical quantity. The expected or the average value of the dynamical quantity is the mathematical expression for the result of single measurement, that is integral psi star O cap psi dx dy dz divided by integral psi star psi dx dy dz. These three are the important postulates. These postulates are very helpful for us to compare the quantum mechanics with the parameters in classical physics. In the next class, we will discuss about the energy levels of a particle in one-dimensional box.